Hello, lovely people. I'm Sinead, and welcome. Today, I'm going to get back to working on that red ware goblin face that I made. I still haven't settled on how I want to do the eyes, but I do know that I want to add a little bit of color to her face. So I'm going to start by experimenting with the scrap piece of red ware. Yeah, a plate or something that I broke. I can't remember. Anyway, it's got to match her skin tone. So I'm gonna go get a piece of broken redware that I can experiment on and pull out the milk paints and maybe some other tints and see what we can come up with to give her a little bit of variation in skin tone. Because I don't really want to cover up the redware. I just kind of want to make it varied, you know, little blush in the cheeks, maybe a little eyeshadow. In fact, I kind of was counting on giving her blue eyeshadow, but it might look really corny. So that one's kind of, it's still on the fence on that one. But anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around after I get back here with the piece of redware. So here she is. The whole time she was drying and then in being fired, Joey kept saying, those ears are giving me vapors. Because, I mean, yeah, they are sticking way out there, and they are pretty big. But, I mean, I didn't plan on giving her ears that big, but that's just how they turned out, and I love them. They're very bat-like. She's got piercings, 4 of them on each side, which I will install earrings that I have. Actually, Cloud gave me some leaf beads that will probably end up being used. Maybe some other earthy type beads. I don't know. That's just what's on the table for now, that what we're thinking of. But anyway, I'm gonna just set her down right there, out of the way. And this is my poor plate, obviously broken here, but it is very similar in color to her. So we'll use that to test out the colors as we come up with whatever it is. So I've got the milk paint here. That's what's in these. And then I have an array of just pigments. These are just natural pigments. Most of them come from earth sources like stones, that sort of thing. Soft. You never think about it, but there are some very soft rocks out there, plus clay, that you can use as pigments. And this company has a very wide range of colors. And I thought that since the milk paint, especially the sample kit that I've got, is very limited in the shades of color that it has, that I would supplement, you know, kind of changing the gradient with this. And I cannot believe how kind of nervous I am about where to begin. She doesn't have a lot of forehead here to work with, so I'm not sure if I want to change the coloring in there. And my whole idea of blue eyeshadow just kind of feels like there's not a lot of space for eyeshadow, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do something. Let's, in fact, start with that. I have this shade of blue and this shade of blue. And I'm thinking this shade goes better with the overall tint. I mean, it's not going to come out that vibrant. The idea is to make it a lot more subtle than that, hopefully. And we'll start with a Snow White base. And way too much. Okay, we're going to take that much and just scooch it over there. Try not to get it wet because we'll be pulling it in and using it for other things. Sometimes I think I should have like a shield because my favorite way to get the paint wet is with the spray, because it's really hard to do small amounts with dripping the water on it, and spraying seems to really get you there fast. So you can see here that Yeah, that was plenty. We're there. We can add some of this pigment. Yeah, find me something to scoop that out with. Oh, and of course I haven't opened this color yet, which means I'm gonna need a bag. So let me stop for a minute and get a bag. All right, we're dispensed into a bag, made a mess. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, lost my voice there for a second. I don't think I want that much. Let's see. How about that much? Always put more. Hard to take it away. That's a really pale color. Is that the subtleness? Although with this white, it isn't going to be subtle because the white is going to make it stand out. I really would have preferred, rather than putting this in a bag, to have put it in a jar, but I don't have enough jars on hand. I think I'm going to just sacrifice that spoon to that color. Wow. Should have had the paper towels ready. Okay, let's see what this does on the plate. I gotta, yeah. I kind of really want to put it here, but the swirls are distracting me. Oh, and I'm leaving fingerprints. Oh, okay. That's a lot more subtle than I thought. Okay. That might work. We're going to let it dry. Or at least it'll dry a little bit while we work on the next thing. Yeah, blush would be the next thing. Now, do I want a white base for that, or do I want a more terracotta? I have gotten blue all over everything. Oh my goodness. My hand is just covered. I'm blue now. Try not to contaminate all the rest of the colors as we go along here. I should probably stop and go wash. So that is what I'm going to do. While I was off washing my hands, this sample here pretty much dried. It's a very, very pale color. I think we're going to go ahead and apply it. My paintbrush has some stray hairs. I did actually get this green, blue everywhere. It's even on the paper towels. Nice little handprint saying I was there. Now let's see if I can do the same thing on the other side. Oh, the eyelid on this side is not shaped exactly the same. And I've been trying to think how much, like eyelashes and things like that do I want to add, if at all. Because you want to maintain the goblin as a goblin. But I kind of also, want to give her a certain bit of, I don't know, cuteness. Yeah, cuteness. And I'm gonna pull in here just a little like that. There's a lot more lid on this side. I gotta admit that when doing these eye holes, I did not keep it consistent from one side to the other. Tried, but they're definitely different. I feel like this side's got a little more wrinkle to it. So it takes the paint differently. But there we are, we have eyeshadow. And when I get done with all of the painting, I will, or with a certain amount of it, I will seal it with, I think it's Liquitex. I think I'm going to use that. So, like I said, let's decide on a blush tone. And I'm how red do you go? Where do you start? Where do you stop? Barn red has a brown to it. Might be, let's mix them both up. And since I am done with the blue, I think, okay, I'm not sure that I'm done with the blue. We're gonna have to wait until it dries and then decide. And I'm gonna see here, there is a little bit of cleanup I think I wanna do there, but I'm gonna wait. Ooh, and we've got blue all the way out here. So push the blue that way so it doesn't interfere with the red. Try not to get it all over the place again. It doesn't take hardly any paint to do these little projects, face tint and whatnot. It's a whole lot less paint than if you were painting like a canvas. Canvas would require so much more paint. But yeah, this hardly takes any paint. And so it just always kind of feels like I'm mixing up way more than I need. As I swear it's easier to mix a large amount than it is to mix a small amount. Let's get a different brush. Let's try this one. Well, that is definitely blush. What if we add a little bit? Let's see, can I separate that into halves? Stay. Kind of don't want to leave myself with, well, I could always just mix up more, but you know, that here, this is mixed up. How about if we just reserve this amount and don't put white in it? And then how am I going to pick up the white? Apparently there is blue on the handle of this too, because now I got blue on my hand again. Just going to stick the paintbrush in there. And maybe not the best way to do that. I think the paintbrush picked up all of the moisture. Okay. Well, let's see if that's a better direction. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking going lighter is a better idea, but I need to do it a different way. And the family is home, so I'm going to pause for now. So I added a lot more white to this reserved patch here, and put it on here. And I don't know if you can see how that's going. This is taking on a better blended color with just a touch of that pink blush that you might want. So this is the unmixed and now dry. This has a little bit. It is odd to me that that one's darker, but maybe that had something to do with the fact that I mixed it with the brush instead of the spatula. So I don't think that this is a fair color comparison as to what went on there. And we're drying around the edges, and I'm kind of liking that mix the best. So I've cleaned out my brush, and we're going to give her just a little bit of color right through here. Not a whole lot. I think I'm going to give her just a touch on her nose too. Now, are you the school of thought that she needs to have a touch on the chin or not? I'm not sure. I'm thinking, as I look at her, she obviously is going to need some lip color, but we're going to come back and do that after we've sealed this. And okay, I went back and I pulled out some Salem Red to try it in comparison to the Barn Red on here, and I think it has just a little bit more pop for the lips, so we're going to do that. And yes, I cut myself on the plate. Warning, when using broken pottery, to test. Handle with care, right? So I did do some touch up on the eyes, so they're a little neater, maybe. I feel like they're a little neater. And I tried to do a little bit of blending on the cheeks. I think that they're gonna need a little bit more work before I seal them. And I think her upper lip here is the, well, maybe not. I was going to say it's the main thing that's going to show, and I'm not going to be able to get much bottom lip, but no, there's enough area there. This is the usual for me on painting faces. I think everybody does this, where they turn it upside down. I don't think I'm going to try and get any color on the inside of her mouth, but I'm thinking a second coat may be necessary. Oh, and it is drying. Yeah, see, I should have waited just a minute here. It is drying to a much lighter color than I originally thought it was going to be. But that does make it show more, I think. Just trying to think what, if any, color I could add. The blush is possibly making it blend more, you know, because there's not, it comes right up to where I'm painting. Okay, how do we look there? Little Missy, how are your lips looking? I'm kind of thinking that's good. It's going to get lighter as it dries. Sorry about that. And oh, if you have any recommendations here on the lighting, we've got sunlight today, and oddly enough, makes it more shadowy. So I'm hoping you're getting this. How does it look to you? What do you think? So we'll possibly revisit that. And I'm hoping that we're close to where we want to be. Like, I wanted to keep this a pretty simple and design. So here's how I'm blending the blush. Is I'm trying to pull the paint down. If it turns out that I've taken too much away and this paint here is gotten dry, I just squirt it again with the water and I can use it again. So I'm hoping that will bring it down because it has a really distinct line on this side and not on this side. I like where this is at. So I might have to get this wet again and pull some more color in there. And if these lips don't pop the way I want them to, I mean, I don't want bright red lips, but if they just blend too much, I may pull another color in here or add some pigment from one of the other colors I've got. But we're gonna stop and let her dry and see where it's at. All right, it's been a few minutes. I've added this color, purple, to, and they call it an ultramarine purple, I think. Yeah, that's what that company calls it. I added that to the barn red that I was using. And I think, well, let's see, I haven't put it on her yet. Well, it dried here. I was thinking it was giving it a little more color, but now, now I'm like, maybe we should just go back to the barn red. I don't know. I like it there, but it's feeling less and less like a different color and more like I'm putting the same shade of color on there. Maybe what I need to be doing is brightening it up with something more, I don't know, orange or maybe more purple. Maybe more purple. I'm just trying to get in a space where it's darker, you know, so that you can see it a little better. Because right now when it gets dry, it really blends. Okay, that's more than I wanted, but who knows? Maybe that's the answer. In fact, that might actually be the answer. I might want to add black. Just thinking about that. So we'll put this purple in here and see where we go. It's probably going to need more water. So I don't think we have enough water right here. It's definitely going into a very nice, rich shade of purple. We might be losing all of our red. I don't know. So we're thinking about Goblin lipstick and going, wait, maybe what we want is the dark colors. But that's what it's going to take to get it to show up. While it looks really, really purple here, remember that once it gets on the red ware, it is not going to look that purple anymore. And I still feel like that's a little dry. I think I just squirted the face, which is not what you want to do. There we go. That's a little more liquidy. A little more liquid. Okay. Test over here. Well, it is definitely showing. That, I think, actually is the direction we're going to need to go if we want it to show. And it looks pretty good with the eyeshadow color. Yeah. even if it dries a bit lighter, I think that that's still gonna work out to be a better color than what we've got here that is barely showing. Now all I have to do is just be really neat. You know what I mean? Steady hand, ha 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 ha. Maybe I didn't want quite that much water. It might cause it to do the thing, you know, like bleed down into some direction I don't want it to go. Okay. Oh, that is... Yeah, I hope it maintains some of this. Or enough of this color. Much more the territory. Yeah, steady hand my... Her lip is not exactly... well, it was like, it's a goblin lip. It was not... I was actually not thinking that it would be... I don't know. At the time, I was not thinking. Let's just put it there. I should really think about how I'm going to paint something later. Give it some more thought. That's looking pretty good. Oh yeah. I'll go back up here to this upper lip, which is drying really light and unevenly. Let's look back over to the plate. And, yep, I'm gonna have to take it, what do you call it to that? We don't want that out there. No. Oh, and how did our blending go on the cheek? Does it feel a little more? Yeah, we just hit it again. It's getting there. We're going to let it sit down. I think it's going to end up being, yep, a light, almost lavender color, which will definitely show more. I like it with the eyeshadow. Okay, so that is where I think, I may have said this already, but we're going to say it again. I think we're going to stop. It's fun to watch it dry. Yeah, I'm watching paint dry. Is that ridiculous or what? Gets all blotchy. Okay. I'd just like to say I hope you have a delightful day and a wonderful week. And I thank you so much for sticking around to watch the whole thing. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.